Hello everyone, it's that time again, time for another one-year review and probably one of the most controversial RCs of last year. Not even so much necessarily the Big Rock itself. It was all the 223 lineup, but the Big Rock really suffered the most because it's the biggest, heaviest RC they stuck this ESC in. So let's go ahead, let's get this thing ready to run, and we'll talk about the good, the bad, the ugly about this RC after 1 year of having it. It's the good stuff, gotta have it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. That's right, the Big Rock, the 223S. This one I did all kinds of tests on it. It's just the ESC, and I do actually have the original 223S ESC in here. So the only battery I found that would power this and not shut down is this Bolt-X. This is a, how you say, high voltage LiPo, LIHV. This is a 3S battery. It does fit in here. It's a little snug, but it does fit in here nicely. So this does feature the plastic drive shaft, which if you really want to get the speed and power out, these are problematic. I usually switch this out to like the hot racing metal drive shaft. For this one, I haven't. This does feature, a nice, it's kind of nice modular system for working on stuff. There is a center diff in here, so that's nice. So we do have our motor with the heat sink and fan and our 2-in-1 ESC, which is kind of the controversy. Look at how small this ESC is. Now, this is what, like, I think it's an 85 amp ESC. They used to put 100 or 110 amp ESC in here, and they did away with it. And to me, that's kind of like the big downfall. Now, I know a lot of people misdiagnose this and say, oh, they had a low voltage cutoff and their battery was, the battery was, still at like 3.6 a cell or whatever. And that's not the case, because if you watch your battery while you're driving, when you're on throttle, the voltage drops. So I did a test using the IXSR here and various battery meters, because I could see the telemetry in this live when I use a Spectrum battery, and we were recording it, and Arrma was right. At 3.4 volts for over 3 seconds, it will go into LVC. So the LVC is set at 3.4, but this is a little ESC and it's trying to power this. Now, some people had issues with these ESCs no matter what, like in a Vortex. Other people didn't. When I say I think about everybody had a Big Rock had the issue, except for maybe some of the paid promoters. So I don't know, take that for what it is. That those seem to be the only ones that didn't have a problem with this one cutting out. Now, if you're only on it for like short blips, you're probably not going to have an issue. But if you're out here ground pounding and you're out here running it, it's going to rear its ugly face and shut off. All right, so let's talk about what we got going on here. So they went with a clipless body. I like the concept. I love clipless bodies. This one here, especially the back, has always given me issues since day one. But I do like the fact that they really tried to protect this with the long roof skids, the whole length of the roof. We got this roll bar, the skid plate here in the back. It would have been nice, a little something here in the front. Also, a light kit would probably be cool. Now, this does use the very cheap plastic shocks that you need those clips to put in. I really hate that. I really wish it would have had a threaded system. Come on, I mean, it's not that hard to do. So the RC, all in all, has a ton of power. I mean, this really almost feels like a 4S. I think this thing would probably outrun, or it's going to be right up there with like my 4S Creighton. I said, if you're going to buy one of these, I really recommend, and I'll leave a link down below where you can buy this and the Turnigy battery, and I'd appreciate if you use those. They are affiliate links, and they help me purchase the stuff to bring you these reviews. And trust me, Arrma is not really on talking terms with me after my video on this, and the fact of the issues. You know, unfortunately, I'm not Tom Lee and ask for my RC back, but there's just that glitch in it. And so far, it seems that the LIHV is the only battery I found. Yeah, this is the only battery I found that can power this and not shut down. So if you buy this battery, you should be okay based on my testing. Now I've done testing. I put a another, like, I think this is an 80 amp. I put like an 85 amp ESC, Spectrum ESC in here, set the LVC to 3.4, and I still had the same shutdown issues. That just says that this is just a really heavy RC. It's like putting, like, if you took the 4-cylinder out of my Chevy Cruze and put it in a full-size pickup and you're trying to pull a camper, it's gonna die. Now the 4-cylinder does great in this car because it's lightweight. It would die in a regular pickup. So I hope that kind of makes sense as to what goes on with that. So, like I said, I've experimented with it, and yeah, it's just we're asking too much. I put a 110 amp hobby wing in here, and we had no issues with it at all. Now I've tried every battery, you know, that I had. I used Spectrum. They actually shut off the fastest. I used Z. I used Ovanic. The only one I found that did not shut down on this one is this the LIHV from Hobby King. Now I could probably use a different one, not the LIHV from Hobby King, and maybe it would work, but they sent me this battery one, and I was like, man, I got the perfect test bed for it. So all those reviewers that said, oh, there's doesn't shut down, I dare you, I want you to come out here, put your regular whatever battery in here, and I want you to go full throttle on something as long as a baseball field, and then tell me if it shut off or not. Don't go like wing, hit a ramp and go, I don't get it, it doesn't shut off. Now, let's take the ESC out of the equation. Let's just pretend everything works. It's a good platform. This is a tried and true platform for Arrma. It has your plastic telescoping, what do we got? Your axles, the plastic telescoping ones, plastic chassis, like I said, modular design to work on, really good beefy A-arms. It's a tough RC. I can't deny that at all. I mean, I've put this thing through the ringer pretty much. I'm not one of those channels that sends my car up in the air like an airplane, but we've run this thing and I haven't broken anything. My the big issue with this was the ESC shutting down. But other than that, I mean, man, this thing is, I forget, but it's pretty fast. They finally, after how long, released the software update to make this system work with the IXSR. The only issue, or what I'm having is that when I hooked it up, I had to set up the steering to reverse because it was steering backwards. So now that made my gyro backwards. So I can't even use the gyro, but it's fine. For the most part, off-road vehicles like this, I don't run a gyro anyway, but it's something that I found out, and it's something I should disclose to you. It is something that can happen. Now, whoa. This is a good RC, man. It jumps good. Little front heavy there if you really nail it, but ooh, well, just about everything jumping into here does that. Goes nose first. So I will touch on the ESC, ooh, a little bit. The one thing that, you know, a lot of us, like me especially, you know, I buy Arrma stuff because I like the fact that, you know, the ESCs are tunable. And, you know, with this one, these 223Ss, they took that out of the equation. I can't remember if this, oh yeah, Oh, hell yeah. 3S. Cleared the Valley of Doom. Didn't land pretty, but that's probably more on me because I tried to backflip it. But it did it. That says a lot, man. That says a lot. This is a big friggin', you can hear I got the shock set up soft because I got my stuff set up for ground pounding. This would be one of those nice things where I could just adjust the shocks to make it to where it would jump. But yeah, you know, I think all in all, this does a good job living up to like the Big Rock name as far as durability, speed. I kind of wish I had a wheelie bar. That would be nice. So man, if this RC did not have this 2-in-1 ESC, I probably wouldn't really have any complaints. I need to stop. We're freaking banging that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have any complaints other than, you know, the clipless body system just needs a little refinement. It doesn't grab as good as I would like. And shocks, again too, this was not like a cheap RC. So at these kind of price points, I would expect to see them take a minute and just thread the damn plastic and put a screw on there, you know, so we could adjust it. So 1 year of owning it, it's been kind of a headache, honestly. Took a lot of research to figure out what exactly was the cause of this. But knowing what I know now, it is kind of a shame that you'd have to get another battery per se, because like for me, I already got a ton of them. So I really do appreciate the fine people over there at Hobby King for providing this battery for this testing. And as you can see, look how long we've been running this thing. Oh. Anyways, like I said, look at how long we've been running this. This battery does phenomenal. And if you buy the battery, it's definitely cheaper than an ESC. So I would just caution, you know, if you buy this one, you know, just be prepared. Your standard batteries probably will shut down. I said, some people don't really have the issue. It just depends, you know, if you're like this or you're doing like you're blipping the throttle on and off and you're just kind of, you're not going to experience it because it has to see that draw for over like 3 seconds. So if you're going to go flat out on the field like this, you know, it's going to rear its face. Except for, like I said, with this battery, oh, there we go. We got LVC. All right, so, oh no, it is an LVC. So man, let's say the good. Body, truck looks amazing. I like, you know, the attempted clipless system. It's not horrible. You just, for me, you know, like I have issues with the back, like I said, to slam it down. It's proven system, the chassis, everything's proven. The plastic drive shaft down the center. But other than that, very good, very solid RC. If, like I said, take the ESC out of the equation, I would recommend this all day long. I say 100%, this thing is awesome, it's amazing, but I can't overlook that issue that the 2-in-1 ESC is not programmable, so we can't program like this thing. The brakes are just very, very weak. You see it makes air control kind of hard. So if you want to do jumps and big things like that, that makes it really hard. I would really love to add some more brake and lower the LVC and maybe turn up the punch a little bit, and I think we could get some more wheelies out of it. But they took the tuning out, and that just, it really sucks that even after this long they still have not offered us any type of tuning to this ESC. But take that out of the equation, I think it's a great RC. Said freaking durable. It's a proven platform, looks great. So just, take it for what it is. All right, so this motor feels really, really hot. No, 136. Yeah, 140. Wow, I thought it was a lot hotter than that. All right, so 130. So heat's not really an issue. It's about, actually, believe it or not, 70 degrees here today. And look at that, I had to run this thing through an adapter. Still did great. The Boltex by Turnigy. If you're gonna buy this battery, you shouldn't have any problems. Or any of the 223S, really, if you can have any issues with it shutting down, check this battery out. As always, everyone, I really greatly appreciate you tuning in and giving me the opportunity to entertain you and give you some hopefully good, wise advice on where you're going to spend your hard-earned money. That's the whole reason I do the reviews, and the one-year reviews is kind of follow-ups, because sometimes you might miss something on a review, or sometimes something might rear its ugly head in a year of use. So this thing, it showed its colors like right off the bat. But anyhow, yeah, it's the point. I want people to, if you're going to get in the hobby and spend your money, I want you to be happy. If you buy this thing thinking, oh, Arrma, it's going to be great, and you had this issue with the shutting down, you're going to be mad at the hobby, you're going to be mad at everything, and we don't want that. So if you're aware of the problems and a relatively easy way to fix it without going through like maybe the major expense of throwing in an ESC or something like that, and there you have it. Now you certainly can. I have plenty of videos on this. Like I said, I threw in a Hobby Wing ESC and worked fine. I put in a Spectrum ESC, an 85 amp, lowered the LVC to 3.2. We had 0 shutdowns, and it was all on batteries that it was shutting down on before, so it wasn't a battery issue. It's just you're asking a lot out of a small ESC. So all I can do is share my experience with you of all the RC cars that I have, what I notice the RC car doing or not doing, and just pass that along so you can make an informed decision when buying an RC car. I don't ever really want to say yay or nay to an RC car, because some things don't matter to other people. Other people does, because I get comments, well, who cares? People get in the hobby, or maybe people more experienced care about one thing more than another. I just try to be objective, run down the middle, and give you an honest opinion of what I think of any RC that I review. I was talking to Arrma for a while, and then once I brought this up and shared my insights, they ghosted me. They don't want to talk to me, and that's fine. If I never get a free car from them, it sucks, but hey, oh well. My integrity is more important. Like UDI RC, got the first car, did great, did the second car, and noticed some small issues with it, and now they don't want to talk to me either. So hey, I just keep it honest. If I lose a sponsor or a company for keeping it honest, oh well, that's the way it is. I will not let you down. I will not. My integrity just means more to me than anything else. My name, my brand, my channel means more to me than any sponsorship. So I don't know, maybe they'll keep their word. They said at 15,000 subscribers they will look at sponsoring, but then again, they've also been cutting back on a lot of stuff, so I don't know. It would be nice, because things get expensive. But anyway, hope you found this informative. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Make up in your mind, is this something that you can live with? Is purchasing this and then getting a battery to make it run properly worth it? Or maybe even just getting an ESC because you don't want to add another battery. So there you have it. I can just share my experience, my thoughts, and hopefully make an informed decision. Appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.